Hello, this is going to be a tutorial on a method used to solve the 4x4. I had a request to do videos that are about larger cubes since I have a bunch of 3x3 stuff and various oddly shaped puzzles. I thought it would be a good idea, and it was requested that I do some bigger cubes. So I'm going to start with the 4x4. And the method I'm going to show you in this video is a combination between two very popular methods. The first and most popular method is the 3x3 reduction method, which basically you take a big cube and you pair up all the pieces to where it looks just like a 3x3, and then you solve it like a 3x3. The second method, which is for the 4x4, is called the cage method, which you solve all of the outside parts, and it kind of makes like a little box or cage looking shape. That's why it's called the cage method. And then you solve the centers last by using a series of connotators. This method kind of takes the best of both worlds. The cage method is relatively simple, and it has very little parity whatsoever. The 3x3 reduction method is faster, but it has about like 6 parity cases at the end. And if you don't know, parity cases are just situations where pieces are messed up and you have to fix them. And these algorithms usually have very, very long sequences, and they're kind of annoying to memorize. So the reason that this method is really nice is because it takes the simplistic version of it, and it kind of combines it with a easy to understand method. This method isn't used for like speed solving, and I don't really speed solve big cubes, so this video is going to help you solve like 4x4s fast. It's mainly used for people that are just getting into 4x4, that want an easy method and don't want to have to learn like a lot of algorithms. This one has very little algorithms whatsoever. And I'll be teaching most of it intuitively, but I will post the algorithms in the sidebar over there. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is scramble up the cube, and we'll go ahead and start. Okay, so I think that's good and scrambled. Now the first thing on this method is you're going to solve all of the centers. This starts out just the same way as the 3x3 reduction method, but it changes a little bit later. Usually on the cage method you'd only solve one center. On this one we're going to go ahead and solve all of the centers. So the way that you solve the centerpieces is you try to get 2x1 pairs, just like this right here. So notice I have white and white here. Now what I want to do is find another white, which is right here, and its pair, which is over here, and I want to align them like that. Now in order to do this, you're going to have to mess up some pieces, and to avoid messing up pieces that you already solved, what I would suggest doing is keeping the cube at like one base and simply rotating it, because if you're flipping and flopping the cube over itself, you're probably going to mess up some stuff. So keep one thing on the bottom and just kind of rotate the cube as you solve the various pieces. So again, what you want to do is you want to get little pairs like this. Now I'll go ahead and show you on the yellow side what it looks like and how to do things like that. So the first thing you want to do is find two, and as long as they're the same color they'll work. So what you want to do is you want to get one of them to where the other one is paired in one of these two spots, and really it's your choice, but I'm going to pair this one here, because when they're in the same alignment with each other, if I try to move this one up, it moves the other one out of the way. What I want to do is I want to use these middle columns here, and put the one I already completed on this side, and use these middle two layers to solve the other 2x1 pairs. So I'm going to take this corner, this little corner edge piece right here, and I'm going to pair it up with this one. And how you do that is you say, okay, in order for this one to be paired up, it needs to be here. Now before it can be here, it has to be in the same spot, so in this case the bottom left on this face, just like that. So now it's on the bottom left. And you can rotate any of these faces, the outside faces, the outer faces, without messing up the centers. So feel free to move these around. So now you'll see that they're on opposite of the two rows, and this piece is in the bottom left, and it's swapping out with this bottom left piece here, and there you go. There's the pair. So another popular case is this case right here. And what you want to do is you want to keep one pair. Don't try to get this one piece up here by itself. You're going to break up this little 3 here and keep one of the pairs and pair up the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see, okay, I need this piece to be paired up with something that's on the bottom right. So I'm going to go and put one of these pieces in the bottom right, and I'm going to align it with this like middle column here. So if I pulled it up like this, I'll be misaligning one piece, but I don't want to do that. I want to misalign 2 pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate like that. That way I can misalign both of those pieces and they stayed paired together, just like that. See? Another way you can do this, let's just say, is facing this direction. Now I could pair it up with these two, but then again, I'm not really saving a pair. So what I want to do is I want to align a pair like so. Now I can't align this one because then they wouldn't match together. Okay, but I can align this one because this piece is going to come up, move that one out of the way, and pair up right there. And then you can just go ahead and put it in the right spot. Now, typically you want to solve 2 opposites first. I like to start on the white face, so I'm going to solve the yellow next. And I've done that already. But the problem is, it's hard to get this yellow up here because they're supposed to be opposites, and right now they're adjacent with each other. See, this white and this yellow are right next to each other. So how do you separate them? What you do is you move it into the row that you want. You do a U2, and that way you can lower this because they're independent of each other now. See, I can move this white without affecting that yellow, just like that. And if you have if you already have a yellow up here, you basically have to overlap it. So take this one, overlap it, and what you'll do is you'll move it out of the way, and then this one can just go ahead and come back to where it already was. If you don't do that, then it's just going to keep replacing them instead of putting both of them in the top. And then, I mean, you won't accomplish what you want to accomplish. You're not going to get anything done. So now that we did that, I'm just going to go ahead and walk through real fast all the rest of the cases. So I see blue here, blue here. This one needs to be in the top left, so I can pair it there. Let's find another one. Here's one, and here's one. So let's put this one in the top right. Sorry, top left again, just like that. And align it. Again, I'm keeping these 2 on the side and only rotating through the middle. That way I don't mess these up. If I'm rotating the cube around like this, and it's flipping and flopping all over the place, then I might forget which faces I'm on, and I'll mess up pieces I already solved. Okay, so there we go. Got that one done. Let's go ahead and get this red. A way that you can do pieces that are diagonal is move one of them away. So like this one, I'll move it away, bring it to where it's supposed to go, so in the bottom right here, and then pull it down, and it'll kind of pair it up for you. And I already have the other pair over here. Now, make sure when you do this that you know the orientation of the cube. The cube goes blue, yellow, red in a clockwise patterns, and you can think of it as blue, mustard, and blood. That's how a lot of people know it. Well, actually, I don't really know, but that's how I learned it, so that's why I'm teaching it to you guys. So blue, mustard, blood, and a clockwise pattern. If you can't remember that, look at the corner. Look at the yellow corner that has blue and red in it, which is right here, and you'll see the corner has blue, mustard, blood, just like that. So that has to be the orientations of the centers as well. So this red piece, I can't align it over here. I can't put it right here because that means it's backwards. See, I have blue, mustard, blood counterclockwise. It needs to be clockwise. So I'm going to make it clockwise. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the last ones. And again, just to make sure, the way that you get one piece into another row is you move it to the row that you want, you do a U2, and then you pull it back down. And again, you may have to make sure that you're replacing any pre-existing pairs, because watch, this is what happens if you don't. It's going to come up, it's going to rotate around, and it's going to pull this one back down. You don't get anything done. So make sure that they're overlapping, that way when it moves out of the way, this one can come back up like that. Okay, so just go ahead and make sure that your opposites are correct. Yellow opposite white, blue opposite green, and red opposite orange. Make sure that you don't have a situation like this, where the blue mustard blood is correct, but blue is opposite orange, and red is opposite green. That's going to throw you off big time, and it's happened to me a couple times when I don't pay attention. So that's the end of the first step, getting the centers.